Lefty.
Oh, there's Tash. Nicole, hello.
Hello.
How are ya?
Morning.
Come on, Tash. Where are you at? And then we've got Sean as well. All right, are you excited? Hello, Tasha.
Hi.
So
How
this
you
is
going?
this is Nicole and Eileen. Meet Tasha.
Hello.
Tasha, meet Nicole and Eileen.
Hi.
Sean should be on in a second. How is everyone today?
Good.
Yep,
Excited. I'm
Nervous.
excited.
I'm awake.
you're awake. Yeah, me too. Me too. All right, just gonna let
Started
Sean
the
It,
in.
day off.
it's
Started the
seven.
day off by sending off an invoice and already been paid.
All right, perfect.
Woohoo.
Excelente. Sean, where are you, mate? Come on. Yeah, I got up nice and early this morning in preparation for this for you guys.
Yeah.
It's exciting. I'll just wait for Sean to come on. And is it okay that everyone just turns their microphone on mute for a little bit?
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'll just start going through everything with you guys when Sean jumps on. Let me have a little check where he's at. It's only 10:01. Okay, cool. Sean. Okay, let's go. Now, right. Okay. Welcome. How you going? All right. Everyone, all right? Thumbs up, thumbs like that, as Emma would do. Thumbs down. All good. Okay, brilliant. Look, I just wanted to welcome you to this program and say thank you for trusting me with this and with your time. This Sonic Alchemy is something I've been generating and working on for quite a long time, and it's a real passion of mine. So I just wanted to welcome you, and I really am excited for this opportunity and to work alongside you in your journey as well. It's very much a collaborative process, this. And for you to get the most out of it, you'll need consistency and to ask loads of questions, be super active in the group on Facebook, and really, really gentle with yourself on this growing experience, because there's going to be technology fuck ups. There's going to be frustrations. There's going to be shit. How do I fucking do this thing? And just post it in the Facebook group, and I'll tell you as soon as possible, so everyone gets the benefit of doing that. Everyone gets to answer the question together. And look, I'm going to fully support you throughout this whole 8 weeks. So anything that you need, again, just post it in the Facebook group and we'll answer the questions there, right? But most of all, we're going to have fun, okay? Have shitloads of fun, because music is fun, frequencies is fun, this is fun, and you're going to learn a brand new skill to put into your own life, into your own business, and into the people that you work with and work for. Yeah, so it's going to be, you got to be in a fun state, and it's science, not woo-woo, right? And if you don't know who I am, what I'm doing, I'm Johnny Sonic, the founder of Sonic Alchemy and Music DNA, which I'm going to go through all of that stuff with you, and I'm co-founder of the Irish Australian, we'll just call it Irish, electronic act, the Potbellies. We started in 2002. So yeah, I've been multiple platinum, multi-award winning producer, songwriter, DJ, promoter, radio presenter, and platinum music mentor, among other things. But it's all coming from here, from me, right? And I was lucky enough, basically, for the last 30 years to have my career as a producer and a DJ, etc., and help people learning to rap, learning to sing, and doing vocal coaching. And I've been so lucky to be able to work with amazing artists all over the world. You can see the list there if you scroll down a bit. Boy George, Grandmaster Flash. I've got a story with every single one of these people, and they're all hugely important in my life. Their music is, and so many more, right? And the main thing is that I'm really excited to start working with you and to be your mentor, right? So you, I'm just here for you, no matter what, okay? And especially in those times, like, shit, what the fuck am I doing? How do you drag that up? It's gonna wreck your head, but I'm here for you, all right? I've been certified 5 times platinum, 3 times gold. I've been nominated with the band 7 times for an ARIA award. Didn't win, fuckers. but we did win 2 Writers Guild awards in the APRA, for Dance Work of the Year and Song of the Year, and all that stuff has been published. So we never went forward with our music to be on TV. That just happened. Okay, so the big one that picked us up was Jeep, and they branded their whole stuff around our sound. And then we did the Go Channel, I'm a Celebrity, Celebrity Apprentice, Big Brother, AFL, and the NRL anthems, and we also played on their large stage in the stadiums and stuff like that. So, you know, every show on Channel 9 or 10 or 7 has taken our music at some stage, you know, and it's yeah, just we're featured on a ton. I think we've been produced over 1,000 times, published. Sorry, and you can see with the shows there, like that's just a very broad spectrum of the type of shows that we've done. And you know, from 100 people or 10 people at the start, all the way up to 100,000 people in Adelaide a couple of years ago, and touring with Usher, and you know, you can read all those things later. And look, it's going to be my job to provide all of you with everything that you need in order to be successful on this journey, and when you go forth and make your own music, because I'm sure some of you don't quite really understand what's going on at the moment, right? Is everyone a little bit confused as to what you're going to get? Yeah, kind of. No, yeah, great. I like confusing you. That's awesome. Because it's all going to become really, really clear. Okay, and now just what I suppose I expect from you is what you should expect from me. All right, to be really active and to ask as many questions as possible. And if I'm in the middle of something, just write it down and put it in the comments, and we'll get to it. So, because there's going to be so much going around your head. You know, so trust me, I remember when I started making music, it's a massive learning curve. But we're going to skip a few steps. So I'm going to give you all the cheat sheets and all the cheat codes. Okay, and the best way is just to wave like crazy, like, you know, at me. Eileen, we've already had a chat about me going, you know, so just let me know if there's too much going on, or if you don't understand something, just put it in the comments, or, you know, just go, what the fuck are you talking about, mate? As you Aussies do. Now, don't forget that this is being recorded. It's recording. It's been recorded, right? And look, sometimes information takes a few times to land, especially with such a massive amount of information. So just don't be alarmed. And if you don't quite understand it, just straight away, like you will, I promise that you will. Just be gentle on yourself, because you might end up pulling a few hairs out, but that's what I'm here for. Okay, I'll pull your hairs out, apart from you, Sean. No, it's fun. And look, you know, I promise you will understand it, and just be gentle on yourself, and the practice will make sense of the theory. All right. Now, I just wanted to put these questions to you because I've had a conversation with each of you. I've worked with Tasha a lot over the years, and I really wanted to put the question of, why are you here? What is the reason that you chose why you're here to do this today? Okay, so if you just like take a couple of minutes, as Romana would say, 2 minutes and 22 seconds. She does it all the time, doesn't she? Great, right. I'm going to put this on a timer, and just whatever comes to you, okay? Because I want you to start trusting your gut. Whatever it says to you, listen to it and write it down, all right? And then we'll go through what everyone has. I'll give you 2 minutes. Starting now.
Are we just typing this, Johnny?
What's that?
Are we just typing this? Yeah?
Yeah, you can write it.
No,
you
what
can
are we
type
doing?
it. You can type it, write it, whatever you want. Have
Cool.
you got the PDF? Have you got the day one PDF, Sean?
Oh shit! I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. You said not to open it, so I didn't open it.
You can open it now.
Right.
You can open it now. The course is on. Yeah.
All right.
That's all right, buddy.
Yeah.
Look, there's no rush. It's all super chilled.
Well, I'll get my 2 minutes 20 seconds worth when I start. All good.
That's all right, man. Just take your time. Just write down why you're here. All right.
Nah. Yeah, all good. All good.
All right.
Oh, here we go. No.
Just check your mic on mute there for a sec, Sean. Thanks, man.
Oh, sorry, man. Oh,
That's all right.
Yep. Cool.
All good. 10, 10. Good timing. Excuse me. Got 22 seconds left. All right, talk to me. So who wants to go first? We're all friends here, so don't be nervous. Just God, yeah, Eileen, come on off. Okay, we can't hear you, Eileen. So I reckon what's happened.
I've got you.
Yeah, there you go. Gotcha.
That's right. Okay. I put my mic on mute as well as my computer, so that's what it was.
Awesome. Well, just introduce yourself and what you do and why you're here.
Well, I'm Eileen. Hello, everyone. I'm in Perth, WA, so it's only around 7 o'clock this morning. So if I sound a bit croaky, that's all right. That's what it is. What I do is I work with frequency in a different way. I work with light codes, or I call them soul codes, and I create them by hand and draw them and do personalized codes and collective codes for people, working with energy, etc. And I've always had an affinity with music, and I've always felt like there's a songwriter within me, but I've never had the confidence or knowledge on how to do that. And I'm sort of here to learn. I'm just grateful that I've been able to. I've always looked for someone, and it's taken me 50 bloody years, but now I've found someone.
You only look 40.
It's taken me 50 years to do that, to find someone to do it, and I'm just here to learn, basically, to make soul music, really. You know, and I'm not talking about soul as in soul.
As in soul.
No, soul. I did like real soul music that can touch hearts, transform, etc. So
awesome.
Yeah.
And the songwriting, you want to learn how to do that as well?
Awesome. Look, I've always written poetry, and sometimes my poetry is I had a lot of poetic, musicality to it, and I've also, geez, but I've never had the confidence or knowledge how to make it into a song, because like I've always wanted to learn to play piano. I've got a piano I've never learned because
you don't need to.
I know, and like I've got, I've always had these inclinations to do it, but I've never stepped over that boundary. Awesome. So that's why I'm here.
Brilliant.
But the fact that it's more to do with the DNA and the frequency, that's what's really appealing to me.
Fantastic. Awesome. Right, Eileen, thank you very much. Who's next? Tasha. Welcome, Tasha.
Hello,
introduce
everybody.
Yourself.
Can you hear me?
We can.
I'm Tasha. I'm from the Gold Coast. I've been working with Johnny for the last 6 months or a bit more.
But I've known you for about 17 years.
I've known each other for ages.
Yeah.
And I'm here today because I just want to keep continuing to learn, to continue to grow my skills, and also I run a community for women called Sonic Adventure Ladies, which is for women in the electronic music industry or culture. So I would like to create music for that.
Brilliant.
Get my little signature for that too. So I'm really
excited.
Awesome. Yeah.
Brilliant. Sonic Adventure Ladies, it's a fantastic thing that you're doing. It really is. I'm excited that you're on the course, all of you.
Yeah,
awesome. No worries. Who's next? Sean, Nicole? Yeah, come on off, Nicole.
Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely perfectly.
Awesome. So the microphone's working. That's great. My name's Nicole Rhodes, and I have a business called Nicole Rhodes Energy Healthcare. And I've recently launched a thing called the 0 Point Room. And it's helping people to connect with their soul and universal intelligence through energy healthcare and spoken word. Not poetry, words from the heart, words that are channeled. So I help create a bridge of communication for people, for themselves, their family, and their animals. Many times their animals are helping to heal family members and helping them to understand how they can lessen the burden and let go of stuff, helping people to find their fragmented selves and come together as one whole unit. We've always been one whole unit, but we've got these little sections in between, and I just help remove that, and that happens through guided conversations with love. So I'm here because it sparked my interest. Other than that, I am a completely blank canvas. I know nothing about this industry. I didn't even spend money buying music, but I know I received a guided message quite a few years ago that I would be sharing word with the greater population, and I don't even know what that looks like. So my soul's kind of dragged me along here, and I'm just sitting here. I couldn't have even imagined signing up for something like this. And I still can't even imagine what this is going to look and sound like, or how I'm even going to behave. So I'm just going to put a little caveat in there right now. I apologize in advance if I get frustrated.
No problem.
But the frustration is just me expanding my mind.
Yeah, that's a brilliant way of putting it. It really is. You know, it's there's a couple of hurdles to jump over, but you know, as they train, it's just like second nature. It will be like second nature. All right, awesome. Thank you, Nicole. I really appreciate you being here. Sean, you all right there, buddy?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You can hear me okay?
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you. I hope my internet connection is okay. So yeah, I was sort of drawn to this. I don't know why. I was shown the PDF about your course, and I thought, yeah, I think this is a good thing to do. I'm not really sure. I don't really listen to music. I'm not a musical person, but I really do like frequencies. I love frequencies. I mean, I can sing along with just about every song there is. Except for the past, say, 10 years. I'm not that good with the latest ones. Sam Smith, there we go. I'm good with that.
Awesome.
Not really good, but I like it. No, I was just drawn to this, and I'm actually a energy healer, and I'm a emotion code practitioner, and I'm a hypnotherapist. So I just saw the fact that you said have your own jingle or your own little
audio
sound,
logo,
your own sound. And I'm like, there is so much in frequency and there is so much in sound that we don't know. And I'm thinking you can show me that. And that is really why I'm here. I'm
awesome.
Just putting all my faith in you, Johnny, because I've got no idea what's going on, really.
Perfect.
My girlfriend says, Sean, what are you doing it for? Why did you spend that money for? And I'm like, I'm gonna make my own sound. And she's like, what in the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, trust me, I've got a purpose. It's happening. And I'm like,
fantastic.
I'm sorry, but
fantastic. You're going to learn all of that.
That's me.
Yeah, awesome. Well, all of you are going to learn everything that you want to learn, everything that you need to learn, and a shitload of stuff that you didn't have a clue of before. And it's all energy and frequency. Everything that we do is energy and frequency. So that's brilliant. And I just wanted everyone to sort of have a little chat with each other and, you know, get familiar with each other's jobs and what you do for a living. And, you know, right. So the next question would be, what do you want to get out of this program? Now, I know it's a bit, you don't know quite yet what you want to get out of it. So is it particularly songwriting? Is it particularly making beats? Is it binaural beats? Is it learning how to do frequencies in notation? Do you want to learn how to sing? Do you want to learn how to rap? Do you want to learn how to write? So what do you want to get out of this program? Just give you a couple of minutes there as well. And just write a dream list of the things that you're really afraid of, that you want to be able to be absolute ninjas on. All right. So I'm going to give you another 220 and just have a think about it. Go for it. A minute to go. Here we go. You're right. Who wants to go first? Going in the same order? Go for it, Eileen. Let us know what you need or what you want out of it.
Well, basically, as soon as you said that, Lisa said everything that you just said.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
But yeah, basically, yeah, I'd love to learn. Like I said, I'd like to learn how to sing. You know, because I love the idea to be able to sing, but I don't think I've got a great singing voice. Write songs, create frequency music, and like be able to create music for other people as well as, you know, as part of that. And anything I can learn, of course, from you would be awesome. And I guess it would be lovely, the idea to be able to make money from creating such beautiful music, such that to be able to do that would be like amazing. You know, that would just be the cherry on the cake, really. You know, just to be able to you know, create an income stream or something just from being able to doing something that you love doing. You know, so yeah.
Brilliant. That's absolutely achievable. No problem. Tasha? Yay. Hello.
Pretty much everything that Eileen said. I'd love to do all of that as well. And also get back in touch with my singing voice too, because I haven't been making the time to do that. So I want to start just getting back in touch with it and getting my confidence back with that as well. Get more familiar with mixing music even more, just more technical bits of it. And also through this process, I'm sure we'll learn how to be able to do that for other people.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you, Tasha.
That's it. You're welcome.
Nicole.
Alrighty. I would like to create a sound that people can drop, that it's like a light switch. As soon as people hear it, they drop into 0 point straight away. So not to be used while driving.
You're putting your T's and C's on there. For anyone watching, T's and C's.
Yeah. You know, can induce narcolepsy. Is that the wing? Fall asleep? Is that the right word?
Narcolepsy is when you can't sleep. Or no, it's not. You're right. When they just doze off to sleep out of the blue. Yeah. Induce narcolepsy. I love it.
I want to create Hertz music and binaural beats. I really love that, and that's helped my brain to regrow a lot. obviously I want to know what my sound is, the sound that comes from here, not the other end. Okay.
Yeah.
Because we
Brilliant.
all make our own sound, don't we? I want to create my sound logo for the 0 Point Room so that it can go with the graphic that I created. And most of all, how to easily and confidently use and navigate this program that you've got me downloaded on this computer. And I also want to be able to capture, so my head's now going, oh, there's more to this.
That's all right.
I also want to be able to capture my client's sound and send that through to them as part of their recorded session with me.
Beautiful. Brilliant.
Because I have learned that our own vibration that comes from our mouth is our best healing tool.
Yep. Beautiful. Awesome. All achievable. More than achievable. 100%. Awesome. Sean, how you going, buddy?
Good, mate. Good.
Are you still waking up or something? Are you?
No. No, I'm just showing my tone. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, nice and low. Yeah. No, that tone puts babies to sleep. So it's good. It's good. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll stop. All right, now what I want to get out of this, very much what Aileen said, Nicole and Tasha. I mean, I'm just like stealing all your guys' stuff, sorry. And I want to be able to learn about frequencies, binaural beats, and the way we can utilize sound and vibration to manifest and to balance our lives.
Beautiful.
Basically. So that I want to be able to teach this sort of stuff. Not in your sort of level, but just to be able to share some of this stuff with some people that, you know, that will benefit from it. And
100%.
that'd be good. I'd love to do that.
No worries.
I want to be able to get it myself as well. So if I can get it, hopefully I can teach it.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Well, so everyone seems to be on the same page, and that's a beautiful thing. It really, really is. And we're going to consistently bring you back to the things that you want to get out of it, and and as the course develops, it will be one day, 1 week at a time, because there's a lot of information, but I'm going to do it in the most simplistic form that I can. And then the last question, just for this morning, right now, would be, what do you need to move forward? Is it something personal that you can get, like you can help go through? Is there any fears, the technology side of things? What do you need to move forward? Is it, just let me know what your wish list would be. You know, everyone gets nervous, everyone gets excited, but if there's something that's blocking or something that you can't get your head around, away from the technology side, what would that be? What would that look like? All right, go for it. Waiting on you, Tasha. Is everyone good? Yeah, go for it. You still got a minute, Tasha. Nicole, yours was 0 point, is it? What it's called? Awesome. Beautiful. All right. That's time. Eileen.
I guess for me, my biggest thing is just the confidence in myself and my voice, and being out there and speaking and singing or whatever, showing my truth, because I really don't like being on like something like this. I'm comfortable with, but going onto like a live Zoom or a live Facebook and speaking, because I also do light language and things like that. So, and I call it soul language. I call it soul language for me. That's what it is. It's soul language and soul codes, and because that's where I work from. And just the confidence to go on to the, because if I do a video, I'll stop and I'll start so many times because I don't think it's perfect enough. Or I don't think it's right. I don't think I look nice, or I don't think I sound great. I've got this confidence of that presenting myself out there, and I guess I just, because I don't, like I said, I mean, to totally bottom, I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I sound. So that's just my thing. But I've also got this urge inside me that I need to do that as well. I need to be out there doing it. So that's where my confidence sits, because I don't, and it's not for me, I'm not saying because I want people to say, oh, don't worry, you're pretty, or I know. It's just that there's that block with me. I know that there's nothing wrong with me, but then I still feel like there is. Do you know what I mean? It's just, and yeah, it's just that thing that I've been all my life I've been trying to work through, and I just haven't got that. So that's where mine is. It's that confidence in me, learning it and all that. I know I can eventually learn. I know I can learn the skills. I just have to put the time and the effort into it. That's all we all can do. If we put the effort in and work hard enough, we can get it. For me, it's just that confidence in my voice, in my presence, being out there in front of people, presenting myself, presenting my music, like my work that I do, I'm happy to present, although I still have a bit of, fear that someone's going to come back and say, oh, it's shit. But then that's all, but that's just me. Being honest and open, that's what it is for me.
Yeah, awesome. Beautiful. Okay, great. Who's next?
Me. Pretty much the same thing as Eileen, like a just overall confidence in my voice and just to trust myself more as well. Yeah. That's a big thing.
Awesome.
I definitely feel like I've gotten past a lot of that, and especially in the last 6 months working with you, Johnny, because you're so awesome. But there's always more room to move forward. So yeah. So
and you got a great voice. All of you do. You just don't know it yet. Yeah. Awesome.
So just believing in myself even more, and just trusting myself, and not being afraid to expose myself. I think that's the big thing.
Yeah.
Well, you're still afraid of it, but you just have to push through that fear. Yeah.
100%. Beautiful. Nicole, how you going?
Hello. So the question was, what do I need to move forward? So the first thing, to authorize the program.
You're going to say
on the
that.
computer. Because I'm all about practicality.
Yeah, you don't need it till next week, so you're good.
Oh, thank you for telling me that, because now I can unhook that stress coat that I was wearing, because that was weighing me down right now.
Yeah, no.
So thank you. Tick done. Please remember. Tech understanding. Yeah. It sometimes takes me a little while I can hear things a few times and it will take me quite a while. But once I've got it, I'm a person, once I understand something, I can teach it.
Yeah. Because
I can understand and I can see the bridge of the disconnect in communication in other people, because obviously I have that. So yeah, it's hearing it slowly and being able to apply it. Patience for myself.
Are you trying to coach me now, yeah?
No. Patience for myself is what I need.
Yeah, I'm joking.
And the other stuff, I honestly don't know yet what I need until I'm in it.
Beautiful. Brilliant. Now, Sean, young man.
My turn. Yes, I want to know how to control this beast. No, honestly, I have confidence. Stupid amount sometimes, and it's really not good. It's really bad sometimes. I'll be in the car. I've got 3 boys. I've got 3 children. And I'll be in the car. Say if I have all of them in the car, one in the passenger seat is 14, one behind him is 7, and the one behind me is 3. And we will just sit there and belt out songs like, yeah, even with the windows open. It's like, come on, bring it on.
Okay.
So, okay, confidence I have, but
What do
it's
you need?
the technique that I don't. Now, what I need is the knowledge.
Yeah.
I need the knowledge of how to get all this. I don't know. Yeah, I'm the same as everyone here. We don't know. So, and I want the drive to do it. I want the drive. I want to be like, Johnny has given me this like fucking magical sword or whatever. I don't know. And I'm just gonna go and slay that prick. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah.
All right, cool, man. That's awesome.
Awesome. That's it. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
That's fantastic. All right, I got all that down, and it is a big learning curve, and even you keep learning all the time because frequency is frequency, and you can basically make it out of anything of energy, right? I'm just going to give you a little bit of a history of what I've done. Thank you all for sharing and being a collaborative. So when let's start this. I was going to give you a little bit of a history of what I've done, where I've come from, and so you know a little bit more about my journey to right here today, because it's been a fucking hell of a journey. So I started with my grandfather, right? His name is David, my mum's father. Old school, Scottish, Jewish, crazy. Like he played the double bass, right? He had these huge forearms, and that's why I've got these tattoos here and here for his daughter, my mum. And it's in Jewish. This one's Hebrew. It says Niam se shachlel musicali, which is interminable musicality in Hebrew, right? And it's the ancient form of Hebrew, the pre-Bible. Yeah, and this one is Scottish Gaelic from my mother, as to spira di shan thromafion, and it means her spirit sings through my melody. So with my music, my father, my grandfather, the reason I got them on the forearm is because every time he'd pick me up as a kid, when we go over there on Sundays, he'd have these big stubble and forearms. So I thought it'd be, I got it for my 21st birthday for him, which was now his anniversary as well. But anyway, so I was massively into sport when I was growing up, and I wanted to do sports psychology, and music was always an outlet for me. I just loved it. Granddad taught me about really good about English, how the English language works, and teaching me little words every now and again. Like I was 8 running around going, oh, you're interminably facetious, you know, in the dregs of Dublin. And, you know, we didn't grow up with any money or anything like that, but it was very much a spiritual household. There wasn't much religion. It was very much feel what you're feeling and do what you love, and we support whatever that is. And I was very, very lucky that way. So the reason that I changed from sport to music, I had a very bad accident when I was 16, and I tore my ACL. So I lost all like scholarships. I was going to go up to England or America. I lost everything. So the two things, I was like, what am I going to do? I'm 16. My life is over. What am I going to do now? You know. And so when I got out of the hospital, my friends actually came and picked me up. I was in there for a couple of months. There was quite a lot of rehab, and my friends brought me to their place. I told Mum not to pick me up. I don't need that. I'm big. My friends can pick me up. And they had a set of Technic turntables, like the vinyl. And I was like, I've heard of this magic. What is this sorcery? So I took the vinyl. They showed me basically what was what. And for some reason, I got the mix perfectly, which is very, 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 very difficult on a Technic, because you're talking about like a 0.001% of difference that it'll go out and in, right? So you have to be really exact. So it's obviously a fluke, but that when they join together, I'm going whoa, 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 whoa. It just, my head just exploded, and I was like, this is it. This is what I'm going to do. It's music, and it's sharing it, you know, making people move. I didn't know that at that time, but it just clicked with me. So I went and got a student loan the week after, and I practiced with my friend's records for about a week, and I was still on crutches. So I went up and I was like, right, I'm going to find the biggest club with the biggest promoter and go and knock on their fucking door. So I did. I found the biggest club with the biggest promoter. His name was Damien Higgins. It was this massive church theatre that they dug out the crypt and everything with the body cell, and he wanted me to play that next Saturday. So I'm here at 16, just about going on 17, and I have a week play. I've never played on stage before. I've never played out before. I've barely got any records, and I was like, yep, I'll do it. And my mum did bring me to the Temple Theatre. She did bring me, and what happened? He goes, make me a tape. So I went and got a tape, and I made him a tape. And that was literally the day after. I just grabbed my friend's records, and he goes, right, what are you doing this Saturday night? Well, not much. I'm 16. And he goes, right, you're playing before Paul van Dyk. Now, Paul van Dyk was #1 DJ in the world for 3 years at that time, and this club holds 3,000 people, right? And when you're on stage, you have monitors, and I've never worked with a monitor before. And so when I got there, the place was absolutely packed. I was shitting myself. And then I got a message from Damien behind me saying that he is not on his flight and he's not going to make it. So I didn't know what to do. I had like four hours to fill. So I called my friends who brought me back from the hospital to their house, and they came around with vinyl and they came and helped me. And we got through the whole thing. And there was somebody there from a magazine called BBM magazine and BMG magazine. And they chucked me on, like the next week, they chucked me on the front cover. I didn't know anything about it, and said the best newcomer in Ireland. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? So, and I got signed the week after that to Honey Promotions, right? I was literally DJing 10 days, you know, and still on crutches. So we pulled off that night in the Temple Theatre, and then I started really, really getting into it and getting into production and wanted to know how this shit was made. Right, because it's not enough just playing other people's music. I want to be able to make this shit, you know. And so I found myself hanging on to people who knew what they were doing. You know, there's one man in particular, Graham Bolter. He is the very, very start of what happened for me, and he basically said, if you can get 500 Irish pounds together, he'll build me a PC with, I think it was like Reason 1, very, very old program. But for me, I was like, yeah, whatever, anything. And at that time, he was working with, what's her name? Aussie artist. I can't remember. She's lovely, little brunette hair, had 2 hits. What's her name again? I'll get it. And so he goes, look, here's the studio. So
Was
I got
it Tina Arena?
No, the other one. I'll get it. Don't worry about it. So
Was it Natalie and Buglia?
yes, Natalie and Bruglia. And he was working with her, working on her album, and then another guy from Tears for Fears, Ian Stanley. He wrote "Shout Shout, Let It All Out" and "Everybody Wants to Rule the World." So Graham was mixing that album and Coldplay's album. So I'm just there going, what the fuck? This is amazing. This is a huge mixing desk and everything. And he goes, I want a track in a month from now. And if you don't make it, if you don't do it, I'm taking everything back and I'm giving you your money back. So I'm like, no, this is all I have. So I just put my head to the table, and lots and lots of annoying my mother, you know. And I did, myself and my friend Angie, we wrote a track, and we brought it to him the next month, you know. And again, still on crutches, going in, and Natalie and Burgley is standing in there. Ian Stanley is here, Graham's here, and he's like, right, he puts on the CD. Sorry, it was a tape back then. And Ian Stanley got up and he just walked out of the room. And I was like, oh shit, it must be really, really crap. You know, it was like this 2-step UK garage thing. And he came back in about 5 minutes later, and Graham was quiet, everyone was quiet. I was like, oh, okay, crickets. And he came back in with a sampler called a Proteus 2000. And he gives it to me, and he goes, right, if you don't have a track made with this in a month, I'm taking it back. And so that just kind of snowballed and snowballed and snowballed. And then with the Honeys promotion, I started playing all around Ireland, right? And fast forwarding a couple of years and a boy-girl band, don't ask, I am never going to tell you. And I was performing a lot. I'll tell you. I was performing a lot on stage with my friends, and still best friends to this day. We had a band called Silver, and we toured all over the UK and Ireland. I didn't want to talk about this, so I'm not going to. But it was a great experience with massive crowds at a really, really young age, you know. And I'm not going to go into that stuff anyway. But with the production and the DJing, when I came over here in 2002, fast forward about 5 years of just dancing around and doing my thing as a DJ producer in Ireland, it got really exciting. So I need to get out of Ireland and broaden my horizon a bit. So I came to Australia with 2 record boxes and a flash pack, not a backpack. And it was funny. I used to play in this radio station called Nova FM, right? It was a pirate radio station, but there's loads of big pirate radio stations in Ireland and in Dublin. And I used to listen to this guy on the Wednesdays while I was studying for my degree in graphic design. I used to listen to this guy on the Wednesdays, and I was like, oh, this guy is bloody brilliant, but he'd only speak every now and again. So then 2 years later, I was like, right, I'm going to Ireland, And I always still, you know, over those years, I was listening to this guy. And so fast forward, I'm in Ireland and I'm walking into Bondi Junction into a bar, and this is just beautiful music coming from it. Myself and my girlfriend at the time were looking just for somewhere to relax and sit down. And we found this guy. We went up to this cigar bar, and this guy called Mickey Finn was on the decks, and I went over and totally blagged. Totally blagged to him. Said, "Hey, I'm Johnny Sonic from Ministry of Sound UK. I really want to know who the fuck you are. You're awesome." You know, just didn't have a fucking clue. Like, I was 24 or 23 at that stage, and he goes, "Oh, right, you're Irish. I've got an Irish mate that you should come and play with next Friday. Come down to the downstairs part." Like, right, he's a lovely guy. And when I went in the next Friday, I went to the bar and I was like, I know this music, I know these fingers, I know this. And so I went, and one of the reasons that I left Ireland was because of that. It's very, very cutthroat over there, you know, and there's not much camaraderie in the music industry. It's very, very, very cutthroat. So when I was hearing this guy's fingers, I was just like, I know this. And I also wanted to get away from the Johnny Sonic thing. I needed to just leave it behind. That didn't work, obviously, because the person that I went up to was bloody Dave Good, my partner in the Potbellies. And he's like, "I know you. You're Johnny Sonic." And I'm like, fuck, 60,000 fucking miles. And the first motherfucker I meet knows me, you know, from Ireland. And we live 2 minutes around the corner to drive from each other in Dublin, right? You can't make this shit up. So when we were talking, we went back to back. We had a great laugh. And then I was like, "What have you been doing? What have you done?" And he's like, "Well, I came second in Ireland in the championships." And it was actually my best friend, John Power, who gave him his name. And we all ended up living in Sydney together later on. But he was the DJ on those Wednesday nights. Dave was the guy that I was listening to consistently over that time. So I knew, I was like, I'm always about whatever I do, and I need to do it with somebody and share that and have that bond, you know. And I always have the thing that my mom taught me to always, if you want to improve on something, work with somebody that's better than you, what you want to get better at. I mean, you know, it's pretty obvious, but it's not as well, you know. And the two of us were like, right, we've got to do something together, you know. And we really, really clicked. So I dumped my girlfriend and went and I know, well, it wasn't working anyway. I slept on Dave's couch for a year and a half while we were literally eating a burger a day. You know, there was fucking nothing. And while we were doing that, one of the nights, we were like, how are we going to be different? What's going to happen? And we were a little bit wasted. Okay, that shit happens in the music industry. Okay, it was good. And Mickey Finn was there, and he just goes, "Well, why don't you play on 4 decks and 2 mixers at the same time?" Oh, fucking hell. Okay, brilliant. Let's do that. And we literally just got up and just started playing and practicing and playing together and morphing. And we designed this cable that goes around the back of it from Pioneer that allowed us at that time to hear each other's records. And that's what I did with the PlayStation 2000. I think I told you individually the story when I was my very first production was on a PlayStation 2000 in 1998 or something like that. It was like, oh my God, 2000 is coming. And that got played on the radio by John Power, and it went #1 in Ireland. And that was all the same time as the DJing was really coming through. And so myself and Dave we just put our nose to the ground and we started playing, and we playing and playing. And he had a couple of residencies that I joined him with. And then something quite profound happened. A guy called Paul Strange, God rest his soul, I sent him in a CD just to have a listen to from myself and Dave. And Dave and him knew each other from back in Ibiza. And he's like, yeah, I'll give you guys a shot. I'll play it, no problem. And he called me up about 3 hours later. And he was like, this is the best CD. Everyone in the whole of Home nightclub was absolutely, you know, the workers, because there was loads of offices, massive super club, about 5,000 people. And he said he was playing it throughout all the offices, and everyone was asking him who it was. So he goes, look, next month I'm putting on a party I'd like you guys to play. And we were just like, oh my God, we're going to play on the terrace at Home, which is a really, really huge deal. You know, Home nightclub is a massive deal around the world, you know, for those little DJs. And the reason that I wanted to play there is because when I left my bar job with lots of people telling me that I was going to be nothing. You're never going to do it. Oh, fucking call us when you do. So that's what I was going to do, right? Fuck you all, you know what I mean? Not you guys, them. But it was really quite fascinating. So we were all getting up and ready. Now this is just about coming up to a year, and it was coming up to my birthday, like my 24th. And I got a message. I was at a party on Sunday night, and it was after a couple of our gigs. There was loads of the crew there, and so, yes, we were all off our head. I was young, all right? But the thing was, it was my dad on the phone. And I hadn't spoken to my dad in a long time. And I never knew that my mum was sick, right? And so she had a week to live. And he's like, you got to get home as soon as possible. No money, I had nothing apart from that couch I was still sleeping on. And so a couple of the guys in the crew got together and they bought me a ticket to go home and to come back to Australia and for my first year of university, because they believed in what Dave and myself were doing so much, you know. And I still to this day believe that that was one of the most kind gestures I've ever had in my life, and I did everything I could to pay it back and some. And the gig was still happening, you know, and I told Dave to make sure he goes, and a guy that was teaching me how to produce to play with him. So even though I couldn't call home, or I couldn't call from Home nightclub, they called me, and then I got them on the conversation, and we really, really miss you. Everybody here now, like everyone is here for you, and you just hear the crowd going. Ah. So I had to go back, you know. So I got, sorry, it's full on. Sorry. So I had to come back. So I came back, and I hate talking about this shit because it makes me a little bit emotional because of the journey that I've been on. It's so fucking full on, and the people have been so beautiful and generous, just because they love music, you know, as much as I do. And so I buried my mum on my birthday, and I came back on the 7th of September to here, and they threw me a massive, beautiful surprise party. I didn't have a clue what it was, and I ended up DJing for about 14 hours. And then we got another chance to play at Home, and we did, and we were getting a lot bigger at this stage on the underground, and we had, you know, within a year we had 10 people that we could call on and sell out a place, a boat party for 1,000 people. And so we did that, and then we brought them all on the boat, and we were docking up at Home nightclub, red carpet. This was the Pop Ellie's big shot. And at the very end of the gig, we ended up playing past, you'd know Eric Murillo, Tasha. We ended up playing past him. He ended up not playing at all. And Paul Strange, he just passed away last year or the year before. He got on the mic, and he's Scottish, like my mum, got on the microphone, at the end of it, and he goes, Johnny Sonic, Dave Good, the Pop Bellies, you've only got one chance. Do not let your chance to go. You know, the Eminem, yeah, this is your choice. This is your chance, and just own it. And I dropped the track that myself and Dave had played, and the place went absolutely fucking ballistic. And that's when we got our Moulin Rouge in King's Cross, and Moulin Rouge grew really, 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 really fast. And we ended up opening it from 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. And that was every single week for 5 years. And from that was the catapult that I made this track called Junkyard, which went #1 in the underground scene in Australia. And then when I got back, the night that I got back on the 7th, I had a brown piece of paper. And the last thing my mum said to me was, don't hold back, make music worth it. And she didn't mean money, she didn't mean these, she meant this, what we're doing, you know, making it really, really fucking worth it, making it, you know, touching people, helping people, you know, really, really helping people, and it has. So I wrote down on a brown piece of envelope, don't hold back, like a shout, you know, it's like, just fucking don't hold back, do what you fucking want to do what you want to do what you love. And then I was like, there's nobody here, like, is anyone feeling fucking something? So is there anybody out there feeling something? And I had the backing track from a couple of years before that, and we developed it. Next minute we have the song Don't Hold Back, and that's when everything got crazy as fuck, right? And literally I've been touring this country for 20 years and the world for about 20 years from that, and we've had an amazing career, amazing career, you know, and we've branched out and helped so many people, and I've done absolutely every single thing that I've set out to do. And I did call them, but I called the bar from the steps of the Opera House. You know, I did a couple of levels up, going, right, I didn't get the first one, but I'll get this one. And it was really that Don't Hold Back that my mum said to me. I'll never get that vision out of my head. And she looked beautiful. She looked fantastic. You know, she was healthy. And I had this really strange feeling on the car when she was bringing me to my girlfriend's house at the time, that I was never going to see her again, and I didn't. So it was just one of those things that it changed me forever in the ways that it did, good and bad. But it's brought me here today to this course because of the passion that she gave me, you know, and the passion that I had for music, and the love that she told me to be, you know, and how you just have to be, you know. And I'm very grateful for my family to be, you know, even though there's no money, there was passion, you know, fucking Scottish and Irish, Jewish household, you know, like, even though you know, I'm Jewish through the mum's blood, but the main thing to get from that was that I've never, ever, ever stopped, you know, and yeah, the consistency, and yeah, there was drugs, there was partying, there was drinking, you know, like it took me over at one stage. I ended up in rehab at one stage, you know, and I put myself in there, and people are like, what are you putting yourself into rehab for? It was because I don't want to do this anymore. I don't know how to get off it, you know. Drugs are a horrible fucking thing. They really, really are. Like, cocaine just fucks you up. So I'm glad that's in the distant past. But all these things, and deaths and best friends dying, there's been so much of it. I find that I have to keep going for these people, because there's been a lot of suicide. There's been a lot of people that I've known, like our lead singer's wife, myself and him found her hanging. Like, these things really, really get you deep, you know. And when you go back to, like, from seeing something like that, or, you know, your mum or your best friend dying, you the only thing you can do is, I'm touching the keyboard here, but like, the only thing that is going to get me into a centered space is music and frequency and the love that I've got for it. And that's what I want. I want to like drive you guys with that passion, because I've never forgotten it, to make it worth it. And when I was figuring out what the fuck I'm going to do next, when I moved here to Melbourne from the Gold Coast, from Sydney, I had another bloody accident, right? And it was around the skate park here on the bike, and I was getting into flow states in the morning, and on the BMX, and it was just a bit wet one day, and I had a really I broke my wrist, my forearm, and I had to have my elbow replaced, my left ankle, and my left leg. So that was 2 years ago on March the 20th, and then COVID hit, and I was in a wheelchair for 5 months, right? You know, in this beautiful new family home and everything, and I was like, what the fuck is next? You know, like, what am I gonna do? There's nowhere to play. There's nowhere to make money. There's nowhere, you know. So this is when I dove really deep into the frequencies and into feeling, and got into Dr. Joe Dispenza, which these things are going to come up as we go. And the stuff that I've learned, it's not my, it's not something that it's mine. It's something that I've found, and I've put my own stamp on it, and I've found this code. It's like a universal code that I've been able to match one note that I can tell you your own DNA, like with music. And once you know what you are with music and how it feels, what your key is, you're going to, everything else is just going to open up. And the technology side, you know, you'll get it. There's going to be a lot of drag and drop, right? So that being said, let's take a couple of minutes break. All right, let's take a couple of minutes break, so you can go have a coffee or tea or water, you know, or whiskey, whatever you want, and we'll come back and get going. You want to take 5 minutes? You want to take a minute? I've been talking for a very long time, have I? Yeah. I can talk for longer if you want. All right, let's do reset. Let's do a little 5 minutes and 55-second break. All right.
It didn't want to stop you talking because it was such a lovely. So it's lovely to hear you and speak. You have the passion that you have, and that gift your mum gave you is such a blessing.
Yeah, and thank you, and her father. Yeah, and it's funny because I've had 3 Davids, of five actually, but my grandfather was David. My partner in the Potbellies was David, and my next door neighbor, my oldest best friend, was David. You know, and it was very much. For us, it was a David and Goliath story, but there was nothing that was going to stop us, like absolutely nothing. Our dream was to be the #1 act DJ talented on the planet, and we got that for a minute. We got it, you know, we got it for a little bit. I mean, Australia's been so amazing, but we got there, and a lot of shit happened, and I went off the frequency, but that's for next week. That's a story for next week, all right? But there is more to it. But what brought me here was being probably like in the safest but lowest time of my life, right? Where the band is gone, the industry's fucked, I'm in a wheelchair, I've got COVID. It's like, what the fuck am I gonna do? Okay, let's just reset yourself and go back to music and close your fucking eyes and listen, you know? And that simple practice got me into meditation, got me into Joe Dispenza, got me up every morning. I was like, okay, hang on a second, you know. And at that stage, I couldn't do anything for myself. It was all Christy. She was helping me with everything, and her family, her amazing, beautiful family, I'm ever grateful for. I'm sitting in their home right now, you know, and you gotta buy it for them. but you know, it's been an amazing journey, and it's from all the deaths and injuries and the down, you know, the stuff that was trying to keep us all down. There's just no hope, because I promised my mother I'd make it worth it. All right,
cool.
So go have a coffee or a tea, and I'll see you back here in 5. All right. See ya.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's 5:55. Everyone got a cuppa?
Done.
Is anyone else's hands freezing? My hands are freezing.
Hot here in Queensland.
Oh, shut up, Queenslander.
No.
So
See,
hot.
the other day, Johnny, you were boiling. And
Mate, it's Melbourne, right? It's Melbourne.
Yeah, well, in Sydney, it's like 23 degrees, perfect.
City can go fuck itself.
It's extremes. We can have 41 day, and then the next 2 days later it could be like, you know, 25 sometimes. Like,
or
I
4.
can't. My body can't get used to it. I swear, I've been here all my life.
No,
It's like,
no.
Yeah,
But-
you don't want to have injuries in the weather like this, or have really good heating and really good aircon.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so does everyone want to see what you're going to be able to do by the end of
Yes.
this? Really
Yes,
quickly?
I do.
Yeah, yes,
All right.
please.
Let me take the big screen out. I'm going to bring on the small screen. Oh, should I have done that? Where'd you all go? There you are. All right, now I've just got to get Ableton up. I'll share my screen and sound with you guys. So I'm going to show you the very basics of how you can make a binaural beat and a full track very, very quickly. Okay, so I'm only on the little screen here. Students get used to this. Now, just I'm going to share my screen and my sound. I'm just making sure that everybody can hear it once I set it up. So when I go to Zoom, can you all see what I'm doing on my screen here? No? Yeah? What about now? Yeah? Okay, great. All right, let me get this away. So, somewhere. Okay.
I still can't see it, Johnny.
You can't see it?
The shared screen, you mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I have to accept it. Posts. It says post disabled participant screen sharing.
Oh, really? Okay, sorry about that. Multiple participants. Does that work? Let me try sharing it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Okay, you guys are all up there. All right, so you can see this? Yeah, okay, cool. All right, let me put that down the bottom. Now, this is Ableton Live, okay? And I'm just going to show you really quickly how it can happen, okay? So MIDI tracks and audio tracks, you don't have to know about it yet. Right, so we've literally got nothing. Where are my things? That's right. We'll just start looking for chords, right? These are all chords. Chord breakdown, chord progression. Let's have a look and have a listen. Oh yeah, let me put this live preferences to Zoom so you can hear what I'm doing. This is something I was going over with a couple of you during the week. So set your audio to Zoom here when we get there. Okay, won't be there right now. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah. Okay, cool.
I still can't see the screen though.
You serious? Oh, okay. Let me try it again one more time.
Can everyone else see the shared screen?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Tasha,
Yep,
come
I
on,
can.
girl.
It's all right. I'll figure
Which
it out.
screen is it on?
Tasha, what have you got view set as in the top right-hand corner of your screen?
Gallery.
I think it touched on a Mac, aren't
Gallery
you?
Speaker. I've got gallery on.
So you want it to be on side-by-side gallery?
Or speaker.
Speaker.
Yes, a speaker's working for me.
So
That's all right. I'll figure it out.
it's just
Thank you.
it's just a visual that you need at the moment. So I'm just gonna have a look at some MIDI chords. So that, double click it. Can you hear that? Okay, great. So I'm just gonna drag that from there, and it's a MIDI chord. Right? There's no sound on it yet. Can't hear it. It's just triggering these fellas. Right? They're called MIDI patterns. Right. So what BPM should we? Let's do the heart rate 120. Okay. So we're gonna go Command F. We've got piano. Oh, that's not it. Music. Sounds. Okay, we're going to double click that. And now we'll loop it. Punch. Alright, I'm going to copy that and paste it down here. I'm going to go for another sound. Organ. Cool. Let me bring it down again. Okay, take the bottom notes out. It might be MIDI. Okay, we're moving now. So I'm going to go to a bass. So with the bass, we take the third inversion. 2, 3. So get rid of that. And here. This will all be. Oh, gotta get a sound first. Let's get a nice bass sound. I'm using Ableton's sounds as well, so let's just scroll down and fix it. Beautiful. Okay, let's solo that. So we want that to sing up. Oops. I'm going to make it down again really quickly. Here. So the bass notes are going to be taken from the same chords. Beautiful. Now we want to get some drums going. Excellent. We'll go again. So you can see that we're using the same MIDI pattern for all of the sounds, right? Now let's go. Let's get a bass line. These are all little sounds that I'm listening to in my head, really. Right? Can you hear when I'm doing that? This is the first time I've done a group one, so can everyone hear what I'm doing? Yeah. Okay. So. Quite nice as well. Let's try both of those as a bass, because I have no music theory whatsoever. You don't need it. Okay. Let's give it all. What did that happen? Oh, these notes up here. I didn't see that. Drum machine. Right. Sounds, drums. I've got my own sonic ones. It's got a nice kit here I've made myself. Sorry, I've got a lot of stuff. It takes a minute to go through it. AG there. JS buttons. Yeah. No, don't worry about it. I'll do another one. I'll just get some drums here. There's a certain kit that I wanted to show you, but it's all good. We'll just go for the very basic. Cool. So you bring that down, and I was showing a couple of you MIDI beforehand. So that I'm pressing that on the keyboard. Okay, cool. I'm just going to move you guys out of the way for a second. Sorry. Kick. Oh yeah, it's one bar. I know, Tash, I can hear you. Okay, 2. So what's that? How long am I on it now? About 5 minutes? Cool. Oops, oh, I don't know anything. You're going to get all these sounds. You guys to the top again. This is actually taking longer than normal. Right, come on. House music! That was very, very loud. Huh? So here's the drums. I'm going to change that kick. Okay, and then everything. The effects, start and color. Let's just put a little bit of saturation on it. And dynamics, compressor. So that's how quickly you're going to be able to do it. I don't even know what it is or what key it's in or what, but that's the very, 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 very basics of it. Okay, so a lot of the time what we'll do is we'll just get rid of the drums and that. And then we can find everything that we need through Splice, okay? And I have all these loops that I'm going to give you guys as well, okay? And you can literally go anywhere with it. Right, so with that, that's literally what you're going to be able to do. But like that's just a 2 or 4 bar loop, and there's music there, okay? So that is literally what you're going to be able to do, all right? That's the very, 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 very basics of it. Any questions?
It's clear as mud, but that's okay.
Is it clear as mud? Okay, right. What time is it? Okay, just 30 already. All right, let's go back to the frequencies, okay? But that's basically what you're going to be able to do, but obviously in a much more solidified way, right? You're going to know the chord, you're going to know the key, you're going to know the drums, you're going to know how the rhythm works, you're going to know everything that I know in my head to be able to do that. Plus, you're going to have every single chord progression in these MIDI files that there is on the 12-tone scale, okay? So let me just get rid of that, quit live. So I think I'll have to do my microphone again, 1 second. This technology stuff is a pain in the arse. All right, built-in output, cool. So you won't be able to hear that anymore. Don't save. Now it can be that quick, or you can get stuck in the kick drum for 2 years. All right. So let's go back to the normal meeting. I'm just going to put the screen up here back on. Tell me if anything goes different, as this is my first group.
Johnny, just to find out, are we going to go through like the basics of the Ableton?
Oh yeah,
where everything is.
Yeah. That's all next week. So today is just really like a sort of. Oh, there you are. Hey, that stuff's better. I'm not used to wearing on my laptop. I've got this beautiful big screen here. Let me bring you guys back down here, so I can look at your beautiful faces. Yeah, we are absolutely going to go into all that, Tash. So this week is just like a bit of a briefing and getting to know each other and understanding what we're going to be doing in the chorus. And between now and next week, or now the weekend really, I'll make sure that every one of you have Ableton and the codes, Nicole, no problem, and that you're ready to go. I'm going to give you the MIDI files. I'm going to give you all the sounds. I want you to sign in up to, I know a few of you are already, called Splice, SPLICE.com, and that's like the Netflix for sounds. You know, whether it's one note, you take that and make it into something, or riffs, or even songs, or guitars, whatever you want. Okay, so let's just go, that's all going to happen, yeah, the very basics of it and how you're going to go through it, right? But the frequencies is where we want to go, right? So, where are you all? I can't see you. Okay, can you see my screen still? Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, how do I unshare that?
Just have to stop sharing. Yeah.
Okay, stop all sharing. Yep, cool.
There you go.
There we are, we're back.
All
right. Awesome. All right, so back to the PDF, all right? Is everyone kind of understanding a little bit more as to what we're going to achieve over the next few weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, awesome.
Starting to-
Nicole, do you see where we're going with this?
My brain is going, why do I even need this? But
Okay, well,
I'm still dragging myself along. It's okay.
drag yourself, all good. So, you know, you can tap out at any time you want. So with the frequencies, right, this is what you really, really want to do. Okay, the frequencies of sound, frequencies of color, and frequency of energy. And this is going to feed all of you into why do I need this? Okay, so frequencies of sound, frequencies of color, frequencies of energy. All right, the frequencies of sound. The piano starts on the letter C. All right, and these are all the different keys of the piano on the left-hand side, and the colors do represent something. So for every note, there's a frequency, hertz, color, and top hertz. Right. So what I want you to do, just by looking at this, all right, I want you to write down.
Looking at what?
Just sorry, on in your frequencies of sound on the PDF.
You said not to open the PDF when it came through, so I didn't.
Oh no, you can open it now, Nicole. Everyone got it? Sean, you all
So
right?
let's start with the frequencies. Here's a deep introduction to frequency. Yep, I'm on that.
Yeah, so frequencies of sound.
Frequency of sound, yes.
Yeah, universal tuning. Okay, awesome.
432.
Has everyone got it? Just take yourself on mute there. No,
Sorry,
you don't
man.
have it, Nicole? It's
Still
all right.
downloading and opening.
Oh, you're on hotspot, aren't you? Okay, that's okay. You can wait. No worries. Does anyone have any questions about anything, Ableton or anything like that? No?
I would like to know
Go for it.
what we can get out of the frequency. What sort of frequencies are we going to be able to make here that we can't get on YouTube?
I'm going to go through. I'm going to go through that now.
Good. Yeah. That's all I'm about.
All right, wicked.
Johnny,
all right.
I think I still need to get the PDF from you. That's okay.
Oh, yeah?
I'll get it later. Yeah,
I'll give it to you later.
Yeah.
All right. Let me chuck it into Facebook.
The PDF is in the Tasha. The PDF is in the messenger chat. Do you have the messenger chat?
That's right. Thanks, Nicole.
It was sent this morning. Yeah.
Yeah, Shayla sent it through this morning. So just it's actually when you put your email in, Tash, it's just right under that. Let me know when you're ready to go. Is everyone still really confused? No? Okay, good. Good. All right, so I'm taking it in very incremental steps because I know everyone's like, how's this going to work? What's it going to do? Just have faith in the process and have faith in yourself that whatever you want to get out of it, you are going to. Okay, because I'm going to cover everything over the next 8 weeks. It's going to be intense and brilliant and beautiful and creative and painty, splatty brilliantness. Okay, all right. So everyone got the PDF? Yeah, yeah. Hey, all right. Frequencies of sound. All I want you to do with this is look at it, feel one of them, and write it down and why. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I just want you to look at that universal tuning, 432 hertz, that particular block with the colors in it. Which one draws you to it and why? Okay, this will all become very, very obvious in a little bit. Okay, and write that down. Why is it green? Because I'm Irish, and it's like, oh, what? That's F. Even if you don't know anything about music, right? Just what and why. Which one is drawing you to it? Anyone want to let me know? Tash?
Yep.
Oh. Yep, Sean?
You go, Tash. You go.
Well,
my
favourite colour is purple. So. Yeah. And because it's a spiritual colour, it's more, about the third eye and, that whole universal aspect. So that's why it's drawing me to it.
So D or C or C sharp. Yeah. Okay, cool. Right. Who's next,
Um,
Sean, yeah, go for it.
I'm for some reason. Oh, okay. I'm being drawn to F sharp. I think it's an F sharp. I
Yeah,
don't
it's F
really
sharp, yeah.
know terminology yet.
Yeah, F sharp's fine.
360 hertz,
Yeah.
360. I'm big on the 360. I would like 369, but hey, that's all we're getting.
Why is
Um,
that drawing to you?
because I have no color. I have a black and white printer. So there we go, right there. Yeah.
Brilliant. So
I have
F
no
sharp.
idea about colors. Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. 360. 720 is another one.
Just ask for
You know,
one. Just the one.
these are all prime. I mean, no, sorry, no. 360, and next to it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, I got you. I thought it was
Seven.
a
All right,
line.
yeah.
I
That's
thought
all
it was
good.
in a line. No, it's not. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. 360. I'll leave it
Okay.
at that. Thank you.
No
All good.
problem. So Tash, you were D.
I'll pick a specific one for you. 288.
288. Oh, great. 288. That's D. Yeah. Okay, cool. Who's next? Nicole or Aileen?
You go, Nicole.
Sorry, Elaine, it's okay.
Go for it, Nicole.
There were two that stood out. But the first one that stood out was 2736.
Okay.
Green.
Yeah,
F.
yeah. F. Good. This is all going to make sense, trust me. Okay, great. F2736. Yeah, so it's 342. Oh, cool.
But I'm not allowed to mention the second one.
Yeah, you can if you want, yeah. There's no rules. All you have to do is work hard.
It was a orange yellow 202.5.
Oh, wow. Okay. Right. So down the bottom, A?
No.
Oh,
it's
sorry,
a
G
with a
sharp.
hash.
Yeah, G sharp. Right. Okay.
Oh, so hash means sharp. Got it.
Yeah.
Learn something new.
Cool. Okay, and Eileen?
I got the blue first standing out. The light blue was just like
So E.
vibrant. So it's E, and it's what I got the 162.0 hertz.
Yeah.
Was the main one that came out to me. Like I said, also the F, the green was there too, but the first color I was drawn to is the E, and
Brilliant.
then I just worked through the numbers, and the 1620 was the one that sort of stood out.
Brilliant. Okay. And you've all written that down on your computers or whatever, or on your notes. I've got it here anyway, right? So now again, what I want you to do is with the frequencies of color, I want you to feel each color and see what your business needs most. Do you want to liberate people? Do you want people to find connection? Do you need to help people expressing themselves? Do they need to wake up? Do they need a total timeline reset? You know, do they have problems that they want to resolve? Which of those colors across there, when you read everything, when you read liberate yourself of hidden blockages created by guilt and fear, right? It lowers your defenses. It's a mechanism and helps to achieve goals. So this is where we start getting into the frequencies of color that match sound. So let's have a look at them. So there's liberate yourself, resolve trauma and clear destructive influences from past events in resolve, and optimize your cellular functions. Then there's love in the darker yellow. Activate your imagination, intention, and intuition, used to return human DNA to its original perfect state. Literally, oh, sorry. Did something crack there? Or was it my internet? So it's literally that love, it's the center of everything. Then there's connect. Connect yourselves to communicate with this environment. It enhances understanding, your tolerance, and communication. And it will freshen your immune system, your respiratory, and your circulation systems, right? And that's the fourth chakra. So I'll get to the chakras now in a sec. Then there's expression. Okay, express your true self to create a pure and stable life. So it cleans the cells from toxins and electromagnetic radiation, and it opens creative blocks. That's with the blue, and it finds your willpower. Okay, and that's the fifth chakra. Feeds your throat. Now awaken. This is the third eye. Okay, awaken yourselves to transform into a system of higher level. So you see through the illusions and hidden agendas in your life, and it reduces headaches and calms your nervous system. That's the sixth chakra right here. Om. And then the last one is reset. All right, it's the seventh chakra. Reset your system to the original perfect state. It's almost white noise. All right, so reconnection to non-vibrational energies of the spiritual world, and you experience openness and recalibration, pretty much. So which of these ones is going to, that you're going to be able to harness to use for your clients or for yourself or for your business? Which of these sings to you the most, and why? Okay.
Can I say?
Yeah, I'll give everyone 2 minutes to write there, yeah?
Oh.
Okay, go for it. When you're ready, just put your hands up. Don't think too much. It's all from the gut. You definitely have a little read back over them if you want. So think of your clients, think of your business, think of how you want to help people, and think of why. Or just really simply, which one magnetizes you to it and why.
Does it have to just be one?
For now.
For now. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
There's three. The biggest one that
That's
I
the one,
had,
yeah.
the biggest physical reaction to was the love. You know, there was a huge physical and emotional reaction to that one.
Okay.
So yeah, for me.
Beautiful.
And then they had another two that was like, yeah, that's part of that too, but that was the biggest one that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Mm.
So the used to return human DNA. So it's, yeah, that it's an amazing one. Anyone who's going to go next? Nicole, go for it.
It's interesting because the two colors where the numbers were matched the two colors on here perfectly with what I do with my business. It's like.
So, all right. So this is where we start getting juicy. All right. This is where it starts getting juicy. It starts getting all sexy and stuff.
I'm
all right?
on track even though I don't know it.
Exactly. Trust the process. So which one was it, Nicole? Which one?
The green connect.
Yeah. Okay.
And
great.
the amber love.
Just the one. The green connects because it's all on. It goes on your instinct instinct. So the second one is something that you've thought about. The first one, it just comes to you. So the connection. So to connect. I love it. Love it. And write these down yourself. What connect the fourth chakra. So the So connect. Tash, Eileen, either. Come on, Eileen. All right,
Yeah,
Tasha.
that song's been going through my head.
Yeah, Tash.
Sorry, just getting my mute. My screen keeps changing around.
That's fine.
Okay, so I like the connect.
Yeah.
Because my community is about connecting with each other. And,
Yeah. Brilliant.
Creating community. And
Yeah.
then I've got awaken, just because I still love that frequency and the purple.
Great.
And
Yeah.
each other up.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, Sean. One of them. Which one, fella?
Yeah, it was actually connect as well.
It's connect.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I think starting to make a little bit of nonsensical sense. Yeah. All right. You see where I'm going with this? You see where I'm going? So these are just the very, very true human instinct basics of frequency. And the reason I'm asking you to pick one quickly is because you already know it. You know what I mean? And that's where instinct comes in. Now, when we scroll down a little bit, is everyone okay with that? You can go back over it and go back over the video and everything and read them in depth. No problem at all. Okay? So I am spoon feeding you this stuff, but it's fucking awesome. Just go with it. All right? Now, the next one, frequencies of energy. Natasha, you might know this is the Camelot wheel. I'm not going to go into that just yet. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one. Now these are the solfeggio frequencies. All right, and it's so funny. So let's have a look back at what everyone chose. Okay, where's the connectors? Drop it down. Cool and hurts. All right, so this is where we start mixing and matching. Now these are the hertz, and there's notations to go with them as well. So each one of these, when you go down to the solfeggio frequencies, each one of them has a healing quality. All right. So 174, it removes pain. That's the top. You can see it there, the beautiful pink light, and then the purple. Sorry, it's the bottom. It's the opposite way around. I always do that. All right. So it removes pain. 285, it influences energy fields. So your actual energy, that, you know, we've got about 2 meters out from us, an energy field. So it influences your energy field. 396, it liberates you and fear and guilt. You get rid of it. Get rid of fear and guilt just by a frequency tone. All right. 417 facilitates change. 432, it's the miracle tone of nature. It's basically the love. All right. 528 repairs DNA. 639 is the connection, heals relationships. 741 awakens intuition. 852 attracts soul tribe. And 963 connects with light and spirit. Now, going back over what everyone picked earlier. All right, so Sean, you had the connection, which would turn into 639. So I'm going to go into this in more detail next week, right? But I want to show you how I was able to figure it all out, and then this code came to me. All right, so this is just skimming the top at the moment. So those two are going to match up. All right. Now the Fibonacci scale is basically the universal numerical code of how things go interminably downward and grow upwards and out. So you'll see a lot of fish, shellfish that have this, a lot of plants have this actual tone, and the actual mathematical, it's basically 2/3 of a third, right? I'll be showing you this in detail next week. But has everyone heard of the Fibonacci? Anyone heard of it? You have? Okay, great. So it's basically, we'll go into detail now, okay? And even with colors, all right? So we had, colors, right? So there was the blue, and you can see there that there's a notation to your color, and it just goes on and on and on interminably and out. That's how we grow. It's what we do, all right? Now, this is the piano and the keyboard. So you're going, oh, I don't know music, I don't know this. We're going to come back to this keyboard on the piano. That's just for you to have and to know that you can press a little button and go through the scales on your computer keyboard. All right, they're just nice tools. And here's every single note in 2 octaves with the frequency attached to it. Okay. So this is all going to come into a lot of the work that we do. All these are going to be constantly, I've got them always stuck on my wall here. These are the ones that are going to really, really make a change, and you're going to be able to design your own sound through these particular techniques, okay, which I'll go into next week. Now, all of those frequencies you'll be able to see during the week. When you look back on this stuff, you'll hopefully you'll go down that rabbit hole and come back to me with a shitload of questions, because you will start, as Nicole, you will start connecting things as you go naturally. Things are going to start falling into place, and it's going to open up your mind to be able to do this yourself. Okay. Now, this is all about vibration and energy. Okay, and it has its own frequency. So vibration is literally everything, as you know, energy work, healing. It's everything, right? So, excuse me, by exposing the mind and the body to the solfeggio frequencies, you can easily achieve a greater sense of balance and deep healing. The solfeggio frequencies, they align you with the rhythms and tones that form the basis of the universe. So we're literally going into a universal coding here. It's higher than the 12 tones on a keyboard. These are not in sync with the universal code. Like the Mayans were in sync with their calendar. They had 30 days of 13 months. That was it. We're out of sync with the universe. That's why there's so much war, so much shit going on in the world, because we're literally out of sync with the universal code. This is where solfeggio comes on. So as long associated with meditation music, the solfeggio frequencies are reputed to the original frequencies used by the Gregorian monks when they chanted in meditation. So that Om, that the frequency up there and here, the Om, that is going to bring you everything that you need. All right? It penetrates deep into the conscious and subconscious mind, drawing forth emotional reactions which we are sometimes unable to completely control. Okay? These original frequencies are said to have been lost over the centuries with the introduction of various new tuning methods. Now, one of the things that solfeggio did, it was actually banned. Toning music back in the 1800s was banned, and 15 to 1800s, and because there were certain frequencies that can kill you, and they were using it for that. And so solfeggio came along and said, well, if there's wherever there's dark, there's got to be light. So he found these 6 universal tones. So why were the original frequencies tuning system lost? So the solfeggio is the original tuning system, and we have 12 notes now in our tuning system, but this is 6. Okay, so the solfeggio frequencies were lost because throughout history, different tuning applications have been used. Right, the ancient tuning practices, they used this system of tuning known as just intonation. All right, the method of intonation, features pure intervals between every note that was mathematically related by ratios of small whole numbers, leading to a much purer sound. Okay, so read that again. The method of just intonation features pure intervals between every note that was mathematically related to ratios of small whole numbers, leading to a much purer sound. Basically saying that there's only 6 tones we need to heal. Okay, so the tune practice was adopted for the tuning practice was adopted for Western cultures from about the 16th century and used today as the 12-tone equal temperament, which is the 12 semitones from C all the way back up to C. So according to Joachim Ernstberg, the 12-tone equal temperament mistunes all consonant intervals except the octave. So it goes back over itself, okay, on the octave. It just keeps going on intervals of 12 notes, okay, up in octaves, so up in notes. I'll get to all that, okay, if this is freaking you out. All right, so our modern scale can create situations such as boxed-in thinking, stuffed and suppressed emotions, fear-based or lack consciousness, right, all of which tend to manifest into physical symptoms called dis-ease or disease. So this is where I came, I was like, hang on a second. If I just play a note, I know that I can feel it. I can feel it here. Even though these are out of tone with the universal codes, you can still feel it. So that's the code that I've been able to marry the 2 of them with. Okay, and that's what I'm going to teach you, the music DNA. All right. So our modern day musical scale is out of sync when compared with the original solfeggio scale. So if we want to bring harmony into our lives, we need to replace the dissonant Western scale with a web of subtle and clear intervals and interactive relationships in the solfeggio music, and that's the code that I've invented. Okay, just I don't know where it came from. So let the music become once again a tool to raise human nature and a method to connect you with the source. Okay, that's what it's all about. All right, that is literally what it's all about, and the source comes from here to the Hunabku. We have solar plexus. Okay. So here's the solfeggio frequencies. Do you want to take a minute for water, or are you guys okay? You understanding what I'm talking about, ish? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Is it starting to make a little bit more sense as we go along? A little bit. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Great. So 174 is the lowest of the tones. Okay. This is the solfeggio frequency scale. All right. And you can actually make it at 174 hertz. I'll go into that as we go. So with 174, like, it's the lowest of the tones. It's bass, very much around your sacral chakra. It's a natural anesthetic. It tends to remove pain physically, energetically, as well as karmic energy. 174 frequencies. It gives your organs a sense of security, safety, and love, and it motivates them to do their best. All right, because this is your body, and you are within it. Okay, 285 hertz, and this tone is useful when treating wounds and cuts, burns, or any other form of sort of damaged tissue, and it's said to be directly connected to our bodies, minds, and soul's blueprint for optimal health and physical well-being. All right, due to its influences, due to its amazing ability to remember what should be, and to return cells to its original form. So as we are out of sync, this will bring you back. It influences energy fields, sending them messages to restructure damaged organs. And it's about remembering and healing you and your internal organs and your energy. So that's the second chakra up. All right. So 396. This one cleanses the feeling of guilt. So we're starting to get into stuff that will really, really help your clients as well. Okay, so this one cleanses the feeling of guilt, which often represents one of the basic obstacles to realization. It enables achieving goals in the most direct way. It literally goes through to your brain. It releases you from the feeling of guilt and fear by bringing down the defense mechanisms, all right? And this is a big one. Solfeggio frequencies, this solfeggio frequency can also be used as a means of grounding, awakening, sobering, and returning to reality, okay? See your stomach. Now, 417, the next tone. All right, this tone from solfeggio is connected with resonation and process or processing of amplification. So you can basically delete a person's alienation from God or it's, the higher realm or whatever you want to call it, whoever you pray to or do your own thing, and it enables you to return onto the right path. So it really helps you get back on track. All right, it really helps with trauma experiences and clears destructive influences of past events. This is where it starts getting really, really juicy, and it can be used for cleaning limited impressions, which disables the person to achieve their goal, their life goals. All right. When speaking of a cellular process, the tone encourages the cell and its DNA to function in an optimal way. All right. So 417 frequencies. It energizes your body cells basically, and it helps to potently bring your creative potentials out. Okay. It's a really big one. They're all big, but as we go through them, you'll start to feel, okay, this is how it's developing, and this is where we're opening up to. This is starting to make sense for me and for my business and for my clients. Okay, is everyone with me? Yeah, cool. All right, is it starting to make a bit more sense? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
for sure.
Awesome. So 528. All right, this one is the frequency of love, of humans, of nature, all right? So 528, it's yours. It literally heals DNA, okay? It returns human DNA to its original perfect state. And biochemical pharmacists use this frequency to actually heal human DNA. It's quite miraculous. I mean, if it's used in a way described by Webster's Dictionary, by communicating the wanted effect and with energy support from the light, miracles will happen. And I've got a meditation I'm going to give you all for this. So the process of DNA reparation is followed by beneficial effects. It increased the amount of life energy, clarity of mind, awareness, awakening or activating creativity, like today, and it puts you in a state of like a deeper inner peace, dance and celebration. I mean, that's what we're here to do, right? You know, and it also opens the person for deep spiritual experiences and spiritual enlightenment. Okay, so it's really all love. 528 is love, 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 and love. So 639. It's 11:55. This frequency enables creation of harmonious community and harmonious interpersonal relationships. This is where you start getting into the communication stuff. It can be used for dealing with relationship problems, those in family, between partners, friends, or social problems. It can be used to encourage the cells to communicate with its own environment and to heal itself. And it enhances communication, understanding, tolerance, and love. Okay. And it can also be used for communicating with parallel worlds, spiritual spheres, for the woo-woos of you in there. All right. So 742. This one cleans the cell from the toxins. It's a massive frequency that you can help everyone with this particular one, because I think we're all a little bit toxified in a way. It helps you have a happier, healthier, simpler life, and it also changes the way you look at your food. So they're not you're not getting poisoned by various toxins. So this frequency will actually help get rid of those toxins. Okay, and it also cleans the cell from electromagnetic radiation, from bacterial, fungal infections, all that kind of stuff. It's very, very healing. 741 is very, very powerful, and it leads you to pure, stable, and spiritual life. All right, and this can all be put into notations, into sound, into helping people and selling your music. All right, people will buy it because they want to heal in this. Put a stamp on it. That's how you make your money. So 852, solfeggio it's directly connected to the third eye. This 852 is so powerful, and it can be used as a means for awakening inner strength and self-realization. It is really good for dissolving stagnant mental energy from like what I do all the time, overthinking and bashing yourself in the head. It's said to clear up energy blockages that before kind of hindered you, and it helps you become clear and strong communication with your higher self. So internal work and your spirit guides and your spirit helpers. This stuff is definitely going to help heal that part of whoever you're working with. Okay, and so the 852 hertz in solfeggio is to play either clean as is or background sound to other audio. So it's literally just a tone that you can sit to and listen and have it waving, and people will have that beautiful inner strength and self-realization. I listen to it every single night. Okay, it just stops the monkey brain. So 963, this one up here, this tone awakens any system to its original perfect state. As we saw earlier on when we were looking through the solfeggio frequencies, and earlier on the colors, right at the top here, that beautiful white light. Okay, it's connected with the light and all-embracing spirit, and enables direct experience, the return to oneness and being whole, and it frequency reconnects you with the spirit and your spirit, or non-vibrational energies of the spirit world. All right, the ones that you can't see, feel. It would enable you to experience oneness and true nature. Okay, and what I want you guys to do is just write down which of these is really talking to you. You know, which and why, because yeah, just have a feel of them and how you're going to.
Much information in one hit, reading and listening, and then just pick something. I've forgotten the last sentence you said.
Okay, so that's why I'm saying just sit with it for a minute. All right, just sit with it for a minute and just have a little read through them and see which one, and go back to what you wrote down, your favorite color and your favorite tone, and have a, we're going somewhere with this. It is a lot of information, so just take your time. I'll give you a couple of minutes, all right?
It's too hard to choose. I want them all.
Well, just the one that you think is going to be best for your business, that you can help people with. Okay? There's a reason I'm asking these questions in a row. Another minute. In 10 seconds. How's everyone going? Yeah. The reason that I'm doing it so quickly is because I don't want you to think. The second you start thinking, you're fucked. Okay, so it's a lot about feel and trusting your instinct, and rather than concentrating on what you don't know, it's all about what you are and how you feel. So all this information is going to be really, really overwhelming as this time is right now, because it's a lot of fucking information, right? But what I want you to feel is that you can feel. It's that you are feeling. It's that you are energy. And if one just sparks it in you, the reason that I'm giving you only a couple of minutes is so that you are rushing and you don't think. I don't want you to think. I want you to feel. Okay? If even half a sentence stood out to you and you don't know which one it was, find that bit and see which one it was. Okay? It's very, very important. All right. Who wants to go first? Sean, you go first. Oh, sorry, Eileen, go on.
Oh, okay.
Sean. Ladies
Oh,
first,
okay.
Sean, you go.
All good, ladies. Yeah, beauty before age. That's it.
Which one, my friend?
Well, excuse me. I actually, what I did is I didn't look at the words. I just did, I do a little bit of, working with energy. So I didn't look at the words. I just said which one's best for me. And I just did a little bit of, my little muscle testing type thing.
Okay.
And mine was 5 to 8 hertz.
I thought you picked that.
Yeah, just because I didn't want to get into the head space, because if I start thinking, I'm going, well, that would work and that would work and that could do this and that could do that. So I thought, no, I'm not going to look at the words. I'm just going to go with what feels right. So yeah,
beautiful,
that was for me,
beautiful, and make sure you write that down. So it's what feels right. That's all you need to do. Okay, right. So Eileen 528, 620, 242. All right, cool. And the color love, and you literally picked the 528. It was 528, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Okay, and that matches your color, which is love, right? Okay.
Okay.
Have you got that written down, Eileen?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
fantastic. Sean, my friend, what are you doing?
Yeah, Eileen, I wasn't saying beautiful. Me go first. I was saying you guys go first. Beautiful, and then age. Yeah.
It's all right, mate. Go for it. Which one hits you?
I was leaning towards 825.
852.
But 852. What? Sorry, yeah.
Right.
But then you said just go with your gut.
Yes.
My gut originally said 528.
Right.
That was the one that I was originally going to go for, because I don't know, I was just drawn to it.
That's all right. No, it's fine. It's fine. There's no right or wrong answer at all. There's just what you feel.
Yep.
Okay. Great. Who's next?
Okay.
Tasha.
Well, mine are pretty much the ones that fit with the ones that we chose before. So 639.
Yeah, great.
And 852.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. Okay, cool. Nicole?
The one that sparked the interest as you were reading them, and I heard for myself, oh hell yeah, was 741.
Beautiful.
Everything I've ever done is 528 hertz.
Yeah.
And in my logic, it's why would we have anything else when love vibration fixes everything? But I know that I still am dealing with toxins in my body and lots of inflammation, and struggle with liver and kidney. So definitely 741.
Okay, great. Okay, awesome. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to bring these into next week, all right? And I'm going to teach you music DNA next week, and how you can do music DNA with your customers or for yourself, or you can reset yourself in the morning. And that wraps this up for today, all right? So if you have any questions whatsoever, just whack them in the group. All right, I know it was a lot of information to throw on you in one day, but we're just starting to scratch the surface. All right, so
my brain is actually hurting and feeling really heavy.
Good. That's exactly what I want. So what I want you to do is just let everything sit with you. Just let it go today, because it's a lot to take on. All right, and we're gonna come back to these all the time. And at the very start of today, you didn't have a kind of clue what was going on. Do you feel a little bit closer to it now?
No.
Great.
What's the
I
split
expected that.
thing that you want us to go and look at, and why?
Splice, SPLICE.
It's a
.com.
really fast download. It's a really fast download.
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, yeah, just have a look at it. It's basically the Netflix for sounds. You probably won't need it till the week after next.
Oh, right.
Is there any self-fed, like, 'cause there's lots of solfeggio frequencies on the net. Is there any ones in particular, like we could say, listen to during this week just to get ourselves into
Yeah,
it?
yeah, all of these.
Is there any particular ones that are better? Do you know what I mean?
No.
Because there's so many out there.
Well, there's actually only 6.
And what I mean is people have got different
Or 9.
recordings off them. Is there any better?
Oh yeah. I've got some that I listen to that'd be perfect for you guys. You know, so say like so with this. Remember, Nicole, we were talking earlier on in the week about what are you actually going to get out of this, right? What you're going to get out of this is to be able to connect the solfeggio frequency with the color and whatever you want to bring out of you. So whichever frequency is coming out of you to help that person, you put through the solfeggio, you put that into notation. The notation is turned to sound, and the sound is turned to healing. And those sounds that you put together, they can be sold, all right? And we'll also put your music, your audio logo, so your jingle, within 3 or 4 seconds, people will feel your business. Okay, they will feel what you're doing, and you'll be able to make meditations or background music or whatever you want for your clients consistently. And if they want it, tell them to go to Spotify and download it. You know, so that will be the end product. But there's a lot of stuff we're going to pick up along the way of ways you can use music to heal and help people. That's the main thing, all right?
So if you can put the link for that,
Yeah.
the music that you solfeggio one, that'd be great, because I'd like
Yeah.
to, utilize that more. It's just
Yeah,
there's so
100%.
many different versions of it. It'd be good to find a really good resonant one.
Yeah, for
well.
sure.
Yeah.
There's one that I sent over to Emma. There's a few. I'll do that. We'll just put that in the group chat. And I'll send you 3 or 4 that I always use. And it's actually quite a personal thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's really, really personal, which one you're going to use. You can literally go, okay, I've got Adam tomorrow. He's heartbroken. I'm going to make something that's in F or in G in the 528 hertz. And this is going to help him do that. And then you can get him onto your Spotify, get him to work out, and that consistent flow of working music into your healing and helping people, and into your music, like Tasha, moving people on a dance floor. It's all the same thing. It's exactly the same. It's all just energy from here that you're putting out, and that's why you have to trust your gut. All right, you have to trust your gut on this. So when and that is what you will be able to do by the end of this. Okay. Everyone all good?
Yes.
Sorry, Johnny.
Sure,
can I just ask? I like theta waves.
Yeah.
And I read something once, and it's drawn me to actually like listen to them all the time. And
That's
is
good.
that a real like beneficial thing for me?
Yeah, 100%. So you got alpha, beta, and theta, right?
Yeah.
And a couple of others.
And delta.
And delta, right? And so they're all different states of consciousness, which I'm going to go into. And whatever, that's a whole other thing that we're definitely going to be touching on. And if there's anything else that you want in the course, that's what I was asking at the start. What do you need? I think now you've probably got a couple more questions, all right, of what you actually need. In general. Yeah. Today is really to make you ask, to pop questions, because you have all this detailed description, about what we're doing, that you're going to trigger new questions. That's what today is really, really about. And we'll get into the technical stuff. We'll get into alpha, beta, delta, theta, and why they are and where they are and how they are. Okay. Today was just really an introduction to get to know each other, to see how quick you'll be able to do it, and how we're going to link it all, and then how you're going to be able to teach it through my music DNA. Okay.
You're talking my language.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Can you
Yes,
possibly
Nicole.
send me the link with the PDFs for all the teaching? I'm just going to take it to the print it off.
Yeah, no problem
I
at
don't
all.
have a working print here.
Yeah, no problem. There's Officeworks. They're awesome. All right.
Yeah, I use a local company, keep the money because
Do what you
we
got to do.
support inclusivity.
do what you got to do, love. Do what you got to do. Tasha, you all good?
Yeah, no, it's really interesting.
It is interesting, isn't it?
I wanted to learn more about this whole healing side as well, because obviously we touched on that, but we went into the more technical stuff straight away. So it's really, I love all of this. So.
Brilliant. Everyone should, Tasha, we should play everyone your EP. It's so good.
Yes, please.
Tasha's very, very, very talented.
Waiting for the mastered tracks to come.
Yeah, waiting for the final ones to come back from the mixing and mastering engineer. Eileen, have you got anything? No, you all good?
I'm fine for now.
Yeah. Okay, good. Go on, Nicole.
Do you have 5 minutes? You could email me that and I'll get that printed off today because I don't have other clients today.
Yeah, of course, no problem. Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you
so
very much.
the first one and today's. So the introduction and today's.
No, the ones for the whole thing, and I'll just print it off as a booklet, and that way I've got it here.
No, one at a time. Okay.
Oh, I won't be reading it. Don't you worry about that.
Okay, you're still getting one at a time. Okay, you're still getting one at a time. Okay, because I want you to really sit with this during the week and come back to me. All right, and just feel it. You know, I want you to kind of, in a way, study what I've written down for you and understand the frequencies and what they do. Okay, that's just the basics this week. All right.
Yep.
Anyone got any more questions or anything you want to know or anything you want to throw at me?
Just what we'll be going through next week, just so we know.
Okay, we're going to go through the music DNA and the basics of Ableton. The program and where it is. I'll get the whiteboard out and I'll show you how music is made, how it's traveled through in multi-dimensions, and as we develop along, you'll pick up the skills to be able to enhance your music with your clients through these frequencies. Okay, and that is the basis of everything that we're going to do. Those 6 to 9 frequencies. Okay, and those 2 hours.
Can I have one more question quickly?
Yeah, go. For
those every second Monday you mentioned that you're doing.
Yeah. So, right, let's go into it. So every second Monday, so because I'm giving you such a massive amount of information, I definitely want you to spend some time on your own on this, because it's not the type of thing that you can just do 2 hours a week. You really got to get stuck into it and get your hands dirty and ask loads of questions and really get into it, right? And the best way to ask the questions is to post on Facebook, and that means, like, apart from now, it means that everyone gets the benefit of it, and the chances are that if you're not sure about something, there's going to be somebody else with the same question and post it in the group, and I can share that information with everybody, right? So every second Monday, I'm going to do a group live chat with just questions that you can post in Facebook. So I'm going to do them on Mondays between 2 and 3. You don't have to be here for
the date of the first one?
The 7th. They're all in the PDF there at the bottom. So Monday the 7th, Monday the 21st, then Monday the 7th of March and the 21st of March, and then the 4th of April.
Oh, got it. Yep.
Yeah.
So if we can't make it, it's not the end of the world.
No, I mean, all of these are being recorded as well,
Okay.
so those chats will be, if you got a question on a Saturday, pop it in the Facebook chat and I'll do it on Monday. In that hour, I'll solve all those issues or problems or questions or, whatever you need on the Mondays. I'll bring that right to light, so those will be for purely the questions on Facebook, and whatever you've got, or whatever you need done on the Monday, I'll be doing it. I'm recording it and putting it up on the Facebook group. All right, but then every Wednesday, so there's 5 there. There'll probably be 7. And look, if you can't make it, I'll put a reminder post in the group the day before. You can ask questions there, and I'll address them for you in live. It'll be recorded and posted in the group for you to watch later on. Okay.
So is that in the Messenger, Johnny?
No, so it's on the Facebook group, Sean.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay.
All good.
Yep. Yeah. All right. And anything else before we take off? All good. All right. So all I'll ask you for next week is to have a real run through. I'll send you those things, Eileen. I'll send them to everybody. Really have a read through the solfeggio scales again, and get familiar with them. Get familiar with your colors, you know, because we're going to be painting music. We're going to be painting music in color. Okay, it's not black
When you
and white.
say get familiar, what are you talking about?
Familiar. Okay, so if I say a certain frequency to you, you'll know what it is. Okay. So just maybe print them out and stick them on your wall. You know, that's what I've got everywhere around here. It's just solfeggio and chakras and frequencies, and just like it's constantly in front of me. You know what I mean? So just to get familiar with what each frequency is and what it does, because it's going to keep coming up time and time and time and time again. You know, all good. Is that all your brains exploding? Yeah, awesome, perfect. I've done my job. All right, I'm going to leave you to it, guys. Thank you so much for doing this and coming on this journey with me. It's going to be incredible, and every week we're going to unfold a little bit more, right? And there was this one thing that I wrote last night, and I wasn't going to say it, right? But this is something that I wrote last night, and I was just really sitting in the space of what today is, right? And it was about the natural life that we live in and how frequencies and music can basically help you get past fucking anything, right? So life, like the natural life in nature, is all a dancing melody of energetic frequencies that you imagine, Emma Romano, that you feel, all right? All right? It must come from a place of honesty, of purity, and most of all, in the intimate relationships for yourself that you've chosen, including this. All right? In some way, shape, or form, all of us have music to thank for something that it's either saved your life. It saved my life many, many times over. So you'll have some kind of relationship with music if you really think about it. You know, Sean, earlier on, you were saying with your kids in the back, you blare the tunes. There will be a tune, okay? Everything good I've ever done has come through the passion that my mother taught me, right? About whatever I loved, which is music, a pure, raw Celtic passion. I'm half Irish, half Scottish. That's it, right? It's one thing for us to hear about each other, about what that guy from that band does or what that woman from that business does. It's one thing to hear about each other, but until we truly know ourselves in a melodic form, how do we know what tune to sing? Okay? If you take a quick scan of the history of your life, how much has music been a part of it? Ask yourself, how important has music been in my life? I mean, ask yourself now, what has music done that is so special for you? And that's what you got to ask yourself. What is music in your life? What is that track played at your daughter's wedding? What is the tune your favorite DJ dropped on your 18th birthday? What is your that your mum sent you the track? You know, I keep bringing my mother back up. I'll try not to, but she is everything. And you know, is it the sound of your dad calling you in the morning when you're a kid, like "fuck off, I don't want to go to school, Dad"? You know, that's still musicality. It's still notation, right? So it's all melodic, melody, dancing frequencies of energy, and a beautiful tonal, mesmerizing, amazing beauty that our ear allows us to hear our soul. And it literally thanks us when music brings us peace. So it literally gives you back as soon as you hear it. Okay, and the connection is going to be made through those frequencies. So it doesn't matter what music you love once you know that it's music that you love. All right, and that no one can tell you what you like or don't like. It's all individual. I'm just giving you the tools to take what you are and who you are to be able to present that in your business and help yourself and help the people within your company and your life. All right. So I'm going to ask each one of you over the next few weeks to pick 5 tracks from your life growing up that have influenced you or helped you in some way, and you have a fond memory of the trigger of that moment. So which 5 tracks basically can write your life story? Really important. That's something I want you to do for next week. So 5 tracks that can write your life story and why. Okay? Now then, on the other side of that, just let me know if I'm going too quick. All good? So 5 tracks that will write your life story. So those 5 influential tracks are just, oh God, the second I hear that, it makes me, or this one makes me go because of that. Those memories are really, really important. And there's 5 for a certain reason. Okay, then on the other side of it, I need you to pick 5 tracks that are going to be your dream songs of how you want people to hear you in that song. And it doesn't matter again, you know, what track it is, just once it's super honest and it's pure from the gut, because the gut is where all the fun lies. It's in the belly, right? In the pot belly. Okay, that's where it comes from.
So do you want us to? Yeah,
pick
that one.
5
Yeah.
tracks of
Okay,
how I want people
put your
to like.
mics on mute there for a sec, so we're not talking over each other.
Right.
Okay, I'll say it again really, really quickly. All right. So the first 5 tracks are when you look back at your life and you pick moments in time. Either it could be trauma, it could be happiness, it could be guilt, it could be guilty pleasure. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Once you're honest with yourself, okay? Because this journey is about you growing with music as your best fucking friend. That's going to bring you everything that you want, everything that you need, and to help others. It's all about that. Every single thing that I do in this and in my music that I've always done, I've broken my own code, and that's what I'm sharing with you guys. All right, and I'm excited about it. So the first 5 is the 5 tracks to write your life. Now you might think this is going to be easy, but it's not. The second 5 is to listen to whatever more modern music you feel that this really touched me and can help because of. Okay. So if you pick, say, Eileen, you were saying the solfeggio earlier on, you've listened to a few of them, pick one of them that really resonates with you, that, oh, this is what I want my business to sound like, or this is the type of shit that I want to produce, or this is the feeling I want them to feel. So pick 5 tracks that you wish were written for you for your business, okay? And that's when we'll get into the real juicy stuff. Okay, because there's so many layers to this that it's really important that I take them one at a time. And music is made in layers. And I'll go through all that as well. All right, is everyone totally head fucked or what? Nah, you good? Everyone good? Nicole, you were going to ask a question out of?
Can you just write the 2 questions in the group so
No,
that we can just...
I will in the group. But the reason I'm saying it now because I want you to write it down in your own way.
But
Okay.
you've said it 2 different ways, so I haven't been able to.
Okay, 5 tracks of your life story, 5 tracks you want your business to sound like, and then 5 tracks you want your business to sound like.
What I want my business.
Yeah. All right, awesome. Are you good, Sean? Good, Tash? Nicole? Good? Eileen? Good? All right, awesome. Thank you guys so much for today. If you have anything, just splurge it on the Facebook group. The thing is, we are kind, we are happy, we are fun. There's all love in this, so obviously nobody's going to be an idiot, all right? And just have some fun with it, all right? Thank you guys so much. I will see you on Monday between 2 and 3, if not in the thing before it. I'm going to send you all out the PDFs so you can print them. I think, Nicole, you want them emailed? No problem at all. If you need anything from me at all, just private message me on the group or just slap it into the comments on the group, all right? And I'll be there. Because I've finished everything, so I can do this 110%. I've finished off EPs and albums and blah, blah, blah. So this is 100% what's happening for me the next 2 months. And it's very fucking exciting. Unch, fucking unch. Unch. Sean, you're not unching.
What?
Unch. All right. I love you all so much. All right. Yeah. So, Tasha, the reason I'm saying unch is because I sent a message to Emma Romano, like my business mentor, absolute legend, and she sent me back one going, like instead of unts, like TS, I put CH at the end of it, and she sends me a vocal message, got back on, unch, 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 unch. I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking hilarious. So it's unch, not unts. All right. Thank you so much, guys. I know it's a lot to take on. That's why you got the PDF, so you can sit back in it. You probably don't go back to it today because your head will be spinning. But I hope that you can see a little bit clearer just a speck of where I'm going with this and how deep it is and how beautiful the process is going to be. All right. Thank you so much. I love you all. Let me know if you need anything, and I'll see you next week. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. See you guys. Bye.
See ya.
See ya.